Coming up in this video, we're going to be talking about the coronavirus. As you may already know, the World Health Organization have now announced the coronavirus as a global health emergency. The number of deaths and infections are rising very quickly and show no sign of slowing down anytime soon. We definitely hope it goes down, but it is advised to stay prepared. The coronavirus, also known as NcoV-19, has already killed more people than the SARS outbreak. It killed more people than the SARS outbreak in 2 weeks, with a total of 490 deaths recorded in China as of today, compared to 349 deaths in 3 months from the previous SARS outbreak. China is taking massive precautions to make sure this virus is contained by producing one of the biggest lockdowns in history to prevent the outbreak. However, the only problem is that there are many people that have already gotten infected outside China. There is a recorded number of around 28 countries currently infected with the coronavirus. And what's very dangerous about this virus is the 2-week incubation period. So what that means is you can become infected with this virus and you will not show any symptoms of having a virus until 2 weeks pass by. And scientists have shown that people are infectious even before the symptoms appear. So that means that there could be many more cases than what are recorded right now, and the virus could be spreading without anybody knowing. Because there could be many people with this virus outside of China that are currently spreading the virus without them even knowing that they are infected, as they will only be seeing the symptoms after 2 weeks. But prior to the 2 weeks, they are infecting many of the people they come in contact with. The only problem with viruses like this is that scientists anticipate that it will take around 1 year to manufacture a vaccine for the virus. At the rate this virus is spreading right now, 1 year is way too long to get this virus contained. So I don't know if you've ever heard about the compound effect, but based on the compound effect, if you have 1 penny and you double it 30 times, you end up with 10 million. Now of course the infected are not doubling every day, but the more people that are infected, the faster the increase happens. Scientists are hoping to find a cure within 6 months for this virus, but that is not guaranteed and it usually takes longer than 6 months. But if you look at previous outbreaks like SARS, there is currently no cure for SARS. Research to find a vaccine is still ongoing for SARS. SARS is caused by a coronavirus known as SARS-CoV, which is the same type of virus in the NcoV-19. Okay, so now if we look at China are currently dealing with this situation very well. They built a massive hospital in 10 days. They shut down all transport in China and they put some cities in total lockdown. They are trying their best to contain this virus. They are cleaning everything very routinely to help this prevent from spreading, and almost all citizens are using masks. They are not allowed to go out in the streets, and if they go out in the streets they better have a good reason. People driving in Wuhan without a good reason get their license taken from them. And Wuhan is currently like a ghost town. So the question is, are other countries prepared to deal with a virus of this type? I doubt that many countries can mimic China's efforts in stopping this virus. So the best thing you could do for yourself is to be prepared. As Desiderius Erasmus said, prevention is better than cure. And as the well-known Ben Franklin said, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. This is very valuable wisdom. If you can prevent yourself from getting the virus, that's much better than trying to cure it after you get it. So I did lots of research to help protect you from this coronavirus. Because if you are not fully prepared and panic hits the country, all shelves are going to be empty in no time, and all masks will also be selling out very fast. Most countries don't have a supply of masks that is enough to sustain a whole country. So if you have a family and are worried, make sure to take these steps now while you still have the early movers advantage. So first of all is make sure to stock up on food. In worst case scenario, you will have your own stock of food and you won't be worrying about fighting over food. And if everything goes fine, you will have a stock of food and you don't have to go shopping every day. And you should end up eating it anyways. So it's a win-win situation. So in the state that it becomes an emergency and everybody's panicking and they all want to buy their stuff, it's going to be really hard to stock up well at that time. Doing it before then is going to be a better option. Okay, so now that we're done with that, we're gonna go for the next steps to prevent yourself from getting the virus. So there are many speculations on how to prevent yourself from getting a virus. The coronavirus is an airborne virus. It will usually spread by coughs and sneezes. People who get this virus are usually coughing a lot, so if you know a patient that has this virus, make sure to stay away at least 1 meter or more from him. That will help reduce the odds of getting the virus. And now let's say you are going to public transport and you want to make sure that you are safe, then you better invest in a mask. So there are many different types of masks, and surgical masks won't really work. The normal masks that doctors wear don't really do much to stop small particles of viruses. Now where they do good is if someone is infected and he wears them, it lowers the chance of the virus spreading out of it. But in the case of you preventing yourself from getting it in the first place, it is recommended to use an N95 mask or an N100 mask. Now please note that I am no doctor, but N95 masks filter out 95% of all microbacteria and viruses. They are the most commonly used in this situation, and most doctors in Wuhan are going for the N95 masks. So you should definitely learn from the doctors who are preventing themselves from getting it, and N95 mask is going to be your best option. And if you want to be extra careful, the N99 and N100 are going to provide even a higher percentage of protection. So N95 is going to protect you from 95%, N99 is 99%, N100s are going to protect you from 99.5% of viruses. The only problem is that N99 and N100 respirators are usually more expensive than the N95s. Okay, now there's also something called P95 respirators. The P respirators aren't really recommended for you because they are used for preventing oil. So the P95 respirators are going to have an added protection against oils. However, this virus is not an oil, and those are usually used for manufacturers and companies. And please know that this mask is not going to protect you 100% from this virus, but it will vastly reduce the chance of it happening. I will leave some links in the description if you want to check those out. The other thing is going to be eye protection. So as we said earlier, it is an airborne virus. So when somebody coughs, these particles fly in the air. So if you inhale them, you might get infected. So with the respirator mask, you cut down the percentage of that happening a lot. And then you have your eyes. You may have not heard this before, but your eyes are connected to your sinuses. So you could basically also get this virus through your eyes. So make sure to get some eye protection to be on the safe side. And then if you look at the doctors, they also use full hazmat suits. But if you only need that if you know that you're gonna have to deal with people on a daily basis with the virus or something. Now the most recommendations are gonna be like the general flu. Make sure you wash your hands frequently. Don't touch your face while you're out and about, because when you touch things, you might touch something that has the virus on it. So don't touch your face, because that will easily transfer it to your mouth or nose or eyes. And that's another reason why masks lower the chances of you getting the virus, because then you aren't touching your mouth or nose. And make sure to use extra precaution when using these masks. It is usually recommended to keep them on for the whole duration of, let's say, you going out of the house. It is not recommended to take them off and put them back on and take them off and put them back on, because that will just defeat the purpose. You can search for videos about how to use these correctly, and they will show you how to wear them and how to clean them after use. As for washing your hands, it is recommended to have an alcohol-based soap. And of course, to prevent yourself from spreading this disease to others, make sure you always cover your mouth when you cough with a tissue or with your elbow, and then throw that away. I will link a booklet in the description that will teach you how to cut the chances of this spreading and how to maintain full health precautions. Nothing is obvious about this virus right now, but it's always better to be safe rather than sorry. If you look at the Chinese right now, they are currently running out of masks, and all citizens are queuing up to buy their own masks, and there aren't enough masks to supply the whole country. And even many foods are off the shelves and out of stock, so that is just something to be aware of. I definitely hope that this doesn't spread very fast and it doesn't become bad, but if I were you, I would make sure to take precautions, because no one knows what will happen. No data about this virus is very accurate yet, because people are just getting infected and you can't know what the death rate is, because it takes a while for people that are infected to get serious fatal problems. So it doesn't seem too bad right now, but in the near future it could ring alarms. And of course, just like the common cold, this virus spreads via droplets or when a person coughs or sneezes. So it could also be spread when someone touches a contaminated surface like a door handle. So that's why you should always be aware not to touch your face and to wash your hands properly. The origin of this virus is yet unknown, but it is thought to be from seafood markets in Wuhan, which also traded in other live animals like marmots and bats. And of course, if you by any chance feel like you have any of the symptoms of the coronavirus, make sure to report to authorities as soon as possible. And your authorities should definitely know how to deal with this type of situation. They would have quarantine rooms so that you don't spread it to your family, and they will take care of you to make sure everything is up to tip-top performance. Do not go to a hospital unannounced because you may spread it to other people around you. You may spread it to the doctors. Make sure to call any authorities in your country and they will provide you with the next steps. And good luck in the future, and I hope this virus just becomes a meme and nothing serious happens. I am not spreading rumors and fear, I am just telling you what the data says, what we got right now, and it is your right to know what is happening. And hopefully I armed you with knowledge to deal with the situation better. So make sure to check the booklet in the description that will explain how to prevent getting a virus, and it's a very good advanced booklet that will tell you how to clean objects in your house, how to make sure you prevent it from getting to you, and it will give you all the necessary precautions to protect your family. And I will also link the masks and the goggles in the description. So good luck and have a nice day.